This meeting is being recorded.
Yeah,
Okay, it should go now. So, Lakshmi, you can start with your introduction, and probably we will have a detailed discussion. This role is more on technical lead kind of person. Basically, you will be shadowing the hiring manager, okay? And
sure.
potentially, this is a contract to hire position. So, I wanted to have a detailed discussion with you. So, you can start with your, Lakshmi, you can start with your introduction, and we'll go in technical discussions.
Yeah, sure. Hey, Akash and Asif, I'm Lakshminath Kanchala. I have 19 plus years of experience building enterprise Java applications, architecting, uh, implementing, deploying, development, everything actually. I worked in Manhattan Associates from past 19 years. Uh, so there we have implemented many solutions. One is I started my career uh, with normal applications, simple applications. Slowly we switched to SOA and monolithic applications I started, and slowly we switched to SOA. And from SOA to microservices, I worked. We developed around 200 microservices in a single environment, which is running in GCP and AWS. I'm part of it. I'm from architecture. I was from architecture team,
Mm-hmm.
so I know each and every architecture decision, how to build application and how to deploy in Kubernetes, Docker, and Spring, Java, and so many things. And other and basically my role is leading and designing, architecting, and implementing the features. I have a team. I will work. I used to work. I used to design, and once the design is finalized with after discussing with corresponding stakeholders, once the design is finalized, I have a couple of people, few people. I also work with them. I created some Scrum stories, such kind of stories, and make sure to track the stories and make sure to deliver on time. And even if there is any impairments, anything in the tasks, everyday activity, I'll follow up with them everything. And if somebody is stuck with technical side something, I always help them actually. I always help them how to solve the problem. And as a team, we used to work and deliver whatever is needed at that moment. And basically, I designed many big features in warehouse management system. We have MHE, proactive, client related. MHE is a very big one. So it has all integration between third party systems to Manhattan application system. So lot of layers actually. And event driven architecture I implemented, designed and implemented. Meaning, suppose if something is happening in our system, some event should be triggered, and those events should go to external parties. So all these things, integration, a lot of integration around that, and some persistence related APIs, Spring JD, data APIs like that. Other than that, I majorly my work is especially many technical things. What are technical initiatives are there? Suppose Elasticsearch driven related initiatives, and Java 8. We used to start Java 8, all these microservices, and we moved to Java 17, upgrade to Java 11, Java 17. So everything I'm also part of it, and I I don't everything I'm part of it. A lot of challenges. It's not a simple thing. Suppose if you are switching from Java 8 to Java 11, there are a lot of dependencies in the application. Whatever application you are building, if you are JBoss, you have different applications dependencies. If you are using Spring Boot, you have different application dependencies. So those dependencies also you have to upgrade. That is step by step process. We see a lot of challenges, and we are able to successfully, and we see a lot of security vulnerabilities when we upgrade that new system, new stack. So those vulnerabilities we have to solve uh, by adopting new jars, and everything test in Veracode. That is security. To find the security vulnerabilities, we need to make sure to test the Veracode like that. I'm able to deliver very big actually Java 17 upgrade, especially that is a very big one for one of the Fed client actually, FedRAMP, one of the Fed client we delivered actually. Yeah. So basically, I worked both the sides, services side as well as R&D side. Both they have exposure, and especially technically so strong, and lot of production issues like server stoppage and many other things like server stoppage issues and some memory leaks and slowness issues. Those things also part of my job. I use to address all those issues. Yeah, I was certified Java 8 associate and professional. Java professional certification is very hard one. I finished both of them long back.
Okay, okay, awesome, awesome. So, quick question that I have on this is design. Couple of questions that I received from the hiring manager. Okay, so you articulated well, and I felt that you have been highly into technical architecture side. So probably to dig deep little bit on the architecture side, I would like to ask couple of questions. So can you design, or maybe if you can explain how to design a human in the loop review platform for reviewing extraction from unstructured documents?
Could you repeat again, Sif?
How to design a human in loop review platform for reviewing extraction from unstructured documents?
For reviewing unstructured documents, how to loop human, you are saying.
Mm-hmm. Human in the
So,
loop.
so what? How will design? You mean to say?
Correct,
Meaning
correct,
actually.
correct, 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 correct.
Yeah. So unstructured documents, meaning runtime. You have different type of. You can expect different structure of documents. There is no specific structure like a rest endpoint. If you will, you will send the body, such kind of things. Is it right?
Mm-hmm.
So in that case. So what we need to do in that case? How we'll review that unstructured documents? You mean to say? Is it right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So in that case, even that is unstructured document. So basically, what what I will do is first what is objective of my application. Suppose I am working on some application. Even how that document, how the document comes. Definitely, my side I will have already. I always have some structural document. Okay, two things I will do. One is whether that document meets my requirement or not. If it is not, then just and if I expose some endpoint, then I will ignore it. Actually, I'll throw some error. This is not a right document. And uh, other thing is another one is suppose the requirement is different requirement. Suppose you want to maintain all these unstructured documents in your system. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to make sure whether those documents are uh, safe or not something. Okay, for that actually what we can do is unstructured documents best place to preserve is
Uh,
to
Lakshmi,
data is
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm not sure what happened. Your video all of a sudden, you got off the video all of a sudden. I'm not sure. Is this a technical issue? Because since we were facing the same.
actually the
Sir,
change
for me it's
made may
visible,
not
sir.
be.
I'm sorry.
For me it's visible, sir. His video is visible
You can
from
visit.
my
Change you
end.
Okay.
made may not be. I am not able to see Akash actually. Change
Oh
you
man, what
made.
is happening? Okay. So Akash, you are able to see him?
Yes, yes. I am able to see him, sir.
Oh yeah,
Are you
he
able
is
to see?
visible now. Yeah, yeah, it is visible. Go ahead. Sorry. You were
Yeah.
explaining about
So
it.
when it comes to unstructured documents, two ways. Another one is suppose you want to save all those documents. Suppose you have different kind of PDFs you are getting into the application.
Mm-hmm.
So if that is the use case, you hear multiple use cases. If that is the use case, use some NoSQL database. There you just persist all those documents. That's the safest. And if you want to download, upload, whatever you can do anything. Actually, you can return if you want to return. You can have some endpoint, something like that. So basically, if your requirement is the document, once the document comes into system, if you are exposing some endpoint, but your endpoints are always expect some structure. If that is the case, you can have some validations. and make sure if that document doesn't meet that requirement, just return the exceptions errors. That is one option. Yeah, it depends use case actually. My understanding is two three use cases here. One is how you protect your endpoints with unstructured documents, and another one is how you persist those unstructured documents uh, when you whenever you need to review some documents. That is my understanding. Is that right, or any other use case I miss?
No, I wanted to get your pulses, but that's okay. Go ahead, Evelyn, if you have anything
uh,
on this.
yeah, that's all I'm thinking actually.
I can switch this to the next question. In what situation would you choose Java or Python? And when would Python be a better choice?
Python, especially if there is any AI related development, Python has a lot of support, some open source plugins, so many
Mm-hmm,
things. That is one reason. And suppose if you have some object polling related, suppose we did we developed some Python microservices. So we have some object, we need to poll few lot of millions of messages from other component. Very, I want lightweight, simple service. I don't want any big microservice bring everything. In that scenario, just we build one simple Python under Docker, and just push the message, we poll the messages and process it. That is one. And for uh, Python has specific things. Suppose you have row sets, such kind of very beautiful features are there in row sets. Performance is very good in row sets, such kind of performance in Python. So that performance you don't get in Java. That's what I see. Suppose we used to do Excel data export import. That Excels have millions of records. So
mm-hmm,
at least 100K records like that. So processing time takes a lot if you when it goes to Java, because inside that Java we have Excel output stream, input stream. Those takes time.
mm-hmm,
Uh, that bottleneck it has. Suppose if you do the same thing in Python, that row sets processing, everything is too fast actually.
mm-hmm,
So such kind of cases also Python is the best one. And but when it comes to enterprise, actually so many things you need to do: security, performance, so many things there. If you go in big picture like security, performance, other design principles, many things, uh, if your requirement is if your product is huge, I would prefer Java actually, because there is a lot of community support also.
mm-hmm.
um, for simple things, if you don't have that much of complexity, I would prefer Python actually.
Okay,
And
okay.
performance wise, Python, the problem, Java is better, I think, because Python runtime, everything it will interpret actually. Java compile time, many things it will solve.
Okay, awesome.
So that's what I
So,
think about it.
quick question. Your application is processing 10,000 transactions per day, okay, and needs to
Mhm.
handle 10 million per day. What will be
My
your
application
approach?
processing 10,000 transactions per
Trans
day.
and needs to
Okay.
handle 10 million per day. What will be
Currently,
your
that is
approach?
only 10,000 per day it is supporting right now.
10,000 per day it is supporting right now, and you need to handle 10 million per day. What will be your approach? What are the changes you will be
My
doing?
approach is my approach is two things. Uh, Auto scaling we have to do.
Mm-hmm,
If it is single instance, you have to increase the memory physical space, everything you have to increase. If it is, I would prefer to have load balancer and multiple services.
Mm-hmm.
First thing I would to have auto scaling. So
Correct.
based on the load, it will automatically scales.
Correct.
And how to adjust few other things. Thread pool we have to see. We have to validate what are the things we need to do at thread pool side. Is that thread pool is enough, or do we need to increase? When we increase, we have to be very careful. There are so many recommendations, documents, such kind of things I saw. So what I do is I will consider those thread pool settings, and heap, the memory heap also we have to see, because 10,000 to 10 million is a very big one. Okay, so you have to adjust memory accordingly, uh, uh, because depends on your object size also. Suppose your objects are too huge, you are hitting all of a sudden you are hitting 10,000 10 million records, means it's maybe your application will bombard actually. So memory point of view also we have to see. And connection pool, db connection pool is also important, because db connection pool, database connections, I'm expecting a lot of database connections. So connection pool we have to review, and we have to make sure to get the sweet spot, to find a sweet spot with multiple performance tests about connection pool. And uh, other than that, mainly the not but last least, main thing is caching. I would always prefer to have caching. Suppose if, because you are getting 10,000 million 10 million records, means, so couple of APIs you are calling, get APIs you are calling, say
Mm-hmm.
many APIs. So those APIs you don't need to go every time database, and you don't need to fetch it from database frequently, which will cause database network traffic and performance issues over the period.
Mm-hmm.
So I would prefer to have cache there. Actually, Spring Cache is the best one. If you have Spring, not Spring Cache, any KFin you can use. If you are something uh, mm, different cache or recache, few other caches we have. We can use any cache based on your requirement. And what you need to do is, whenever you are doing get calls, instead of hitting network traffic every time, just if it is cache change, return from cache. In that case, what you need to make sure is, you have to make sure our CRUD operations will always sync with cache, evict cache. Suppose you are changing something, but you are not evicting the cache. So what happen is, when you do the get call, you will get a stale object. So what you need to do is, you need to take care all these mainly four things, and load balancing, and uh, other than that, what we can do?
I
Yeah,
think
code efficiency.
you pretty much explained well, Lakshmi. I think you
code
explained
code efficiency also important.
thoroughly.
Code also you have to check. You have to check the code, because the code is god of everything. So
Mm-hmm.
don't put too many synchronization blocks, because that will kill your performance. And use thread pool services, thread pool executor, because if you use the regular threads, what happen is, it will go to OS level threads, it will occupy OS level threads, that will cause performance to the application also. Use thread executor services, such kind of things, thread pools, that will also help you to reduce. Wherever you need thread based solutions, there use atomic references, such kind of things, instead of volatile, all those things. We have so many latest fascinated APIs. If you use that APIs, threads will also be more efficient, and you can use it actually. Yeah, all these things definitely, it will give best
Okay,
performance.
awesome. Okay, awesome. So, can you describe the most server production incident you led?
So yeah, this is a good one actually. We spend t- 2 days, almost 1.5 day, entire team and CEO, CTO level, it was escalated. So one of the component actually, that is a hub of security, that organization component. This is a main security component in our entire 200 microservices. Whoever want to know user details, for specific user details,
Mm-hmm.
eh, everybody has to hit that endpoint. Organization has one user endpoint. That user endpoint they will hit. So like you mentioned last question, it will have at least 1 million
Per
hits
day.
every day, easily 1
Mm-hmm.
million, easily. So what happened is, we did everything actually, caching, everything we implemented. So one day what happened is, even though it is there, we see so many GC pages actually. So it's 2 hours, it's very good. After 2 hours, performance is degrading. 2 hours again, performance is better. Performance is degrading. We don't understand exactly which object. See, the problem is when the performance is always inconsistent, which is you can easily figure it out. But the problem here is performance is always uh, changing, sometimes intermittent. So what we did is we did so much research. The problem that time is we faced another issue. We don't have these tools initially. That time we don't have monitoring tools. Suppose we have many tools in the market. Actually, you can buy some tools, Dynatrace, such kind of things. Your application will behind the scenes, Dynatrace will monitor all the application, and it will tell which API is taking longer time and which API is taking consuming more heap. Such kind of things it will tell. So I thought actually, but we don't have that during that time. We have some simple another tool which is not giving much information. So what we did is we keep on monitoring that, and we did our own analysis also. And what we see is ultimately what we found is caching everything. If wherever the caching is misses, we added we understand what APIs through our existing monitoring tool. We very simple tool. We understand what APIs clients are calling frequently. We analyze those APIs and we are trying to replicate same issue in our other environments. We tried, but it's not. But ultimately, what we understand is so whenever you are calling user object, Spring Data JPA is loading entire sub object. So one of the scenario for that client is that user has organization. That organization object has 70k, not 700k resources. Resources means permissions. So because of that, whenever it is hitting, entire memory is lot of fluctuation in memory actually. So that is causing 2 hours, 2 hours performance problem, because after some time the memory is reclaiming. But again it is memory is full, then again reclaiming. All these 2 hours, 2 hours we understand. So we understand that issue, but we analyze it deeper, and what I understand is we don't need to we don't need to pass all these details to the end user, because they don't need all these. They need only user details. So the problem is their Spring JPA itself is returning that values. It's not our mistake anything. So it is giving entire object. So we made some changes to make sure to have. We added some templates to that response. The template will tell what fields you need. Those fields only we passed, and we reduced the memory footprint, and we delivered the changes in the production just 1 or 2 days. Once we tested, everything goes good actually. That's actually it takes almost 36 hours to find what is where the bottleneck is. That is one issue. And another issue is we have so many uh, elasticsearch issues. Actually, we are using elasticsearch for saving geo component codes, zip codes actually. So that Elasticsearch is unresponsive. It's not working actually. So whenever you are trying, whenever Omni order management is doing some shopping, they will send the zip codes to our system, our component, that will return corresponding zip codes related latitude, longitude, everything to the end user. So there are also a lot of infrastructure issues because of Elasticsearch sharding so many configurations. So initially that is not stable. So yet ultimately I did so much and found a lot of interesting specs about Elasticsearch during that time. And I recommended how to increase the scats, how to increase replicas, everything. Then after those changes we did, we see the best improvement in the indexes. Like it's so many. Yeah, these when you ask, these two are click in my mind actually.
Okay. So while setting up this architecture things, probably there would be different engineers with different mindset, right? So there could be internal conflict over the architectural approach also, right? So how do you drive this? How would you drive
Yeah,
this?
yeah, that's a good point. Actually, always discussions will be there. sometimes one day, sometimes 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours. So basically, ultimately, my goal is so you can you can approach any issue. You can approach in 2 3 ways. Is it right? So one guy will come up with one way, another guy will come up with another way. I will come up with different way. So we all three argue what is the flaws, what is the pros and cons, and we'll ask POC also. Suppose instead of fighting, just not on the paper actually. I can tell on the paper 100, but the truth is at the end of the day how it works. We need to show it, right? So even I will get the same question from my higher management. Generally, I used to get. So show me the POC actually how you did what kind of problem. So generally, what we do is we'll do the full end-to-end POC and show present it to the team actually. So this is the one. So there actually we'll discuss more about what kind of performance problems we'll have, what kind of suppose because of this how much maintenance we need to take care of in future, and what kind of so like that we'll compare all three pros and cons, and ultimately we'll select one. uh, yeah, some discussions will be there, and we'll select one, and there only we tune everything. Suppose sometimes even out of one top one will also have some more few more things they need to do. Is it right? There only we'll find what are the things we can improve. Suppose there we can on the top we can put some caching whatever he suggested. Like that we tune and we'll come up with a good solution actually as a team. Yeah, few discussions will be there, few arguments will be there. It's all up to you how you will basically, if you are technically strong, if you know the pros and cons, you can stay on your word, and you can ask anybody can ultimately anybody will say yes actually. But it may take time because the problem is different humans thinks different way, mindset difference. But ultimately when it comes to uh, end goal, everybody will be on the same phase. That's what I see actually. Yeah, some discussions will be there always.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Hmm. I think we spent enough time, Lakshmi. So let me go ahead and try to share this with the hiring manager, and probably we'll get back to you with an update. And what is, by the way, what is your interview availabilities? What are your interview
Yeah,
availabilities?
you
And this
can.
will be on site, one down done.
Yeah, you can let me know. I will plan it accordingly next week.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.